Today's the 12th of August, 2025. I've been away a while. I have Pluto on my ascendant, and so I chose to, whenever a planet comes to your ascendant, it's where you begin anew. I chose to do it from a wiser perspective, and it was from a perspective of I was going to be very quiet, and I was going to take in everything that was going on around me. And I was going to assess the environment around me versus assessing what I thought or what I felt I need to say. So that's why I've been gone. I'm back. I'm not going to say I'll be here a while or I won't, but I just wanted to let you know that's what I did. And so I spent a lot of energy and time observing that which was going on around me. As Pluto is the soul, and Pluto entered into Aquarius late in 2024, around the 20th of November. It's going to be there for approximately a good 20 years. And so Aquarius rules the 11th house, Pluto rules in astrology rules Scorpio, which is the ruler of the 8th house. And those houses square each other, but both those houses are fixed in that you must apply and then you must step back and assess what the application that you put into your environment did, how it changed you, how it changed the environment, and then you assess if the environment's better. Well, that's what I did initially with Pluto going on my ascendant. Normally we talk about, you guys, but anytime a planet hits the ascendant, you need to plant seeds. Let's go. Well, I didn't want to just plant seeds. I wanted to observe what I did, how I did it, and be very cautious from a perspective of I am now getting back acquainted with my soul, and I'm beginning a very initial stages of a 248-year cycle. So, in doing that, I lost some really good people. I got lambasted, to be honest with you, and I'm not going to say it wasn't deserved. It was me dealing with what I was, who I was, as I was going through. I was meeting people where I maybe saw their potential, or I saw potential there in their chart, and I was trying to meet them there and help them. Now, where I messed up is I didn't step back and assess and go, maybe they're not ready, or maybe, or maybe what their objectives or their priorities are different than mine. And so I have to be real careful. And so I was probably not as careful as I could have been, but I don't feel like, I know it wasn't done from an evil perspective, but again, I'm learning too, just like all the rest of you. And so that caused me to take a break, digest, and I hate those people or felt like they were done wrong or that they were misled. Never was my intention. But I did really take what they said, take what they did, and I assessed it, and I'll always be there for anybody, but some people just don't, I'm not going to be right for them, and I'm okay with that. So in saying all that, I had my middle daughter had her third child, and he was born on the 9th of August. And I ran his chart, and I said, all right, it's time for me to say something. There's a grand trine going on while he was born. He was just before the full moon in Aquarius, which is the awakening, as Aquarius is just about getting to the truth. Aquarius is about where we must be the unique individual that we are and find the truth. And that's where Pluto entered in late November. What's happening to us all is we're getting back acquainted with ourselves, our soul. We're also getting acquainted with our flaws. This is where everybody messes up. This is a huge karmic time. And I didn't realize how people determined or defined karma until I started reading charts. And the first probably 6 or 8 people. I said, "Oh, that's a karma house," and you could see they almost looked terrified, and I was like, "Terrified?" To me, karma's the best thing. It's whatever you put out there, and you gave everything you had in the moment. You might not have experienced the results in the moment, but if you did, from a peer perspective, apply, then the peer karma will come back to you in a positive way or in a way that's beneficial. Most people didn't see karma that way, especially early on when I started reading people. They looked at it differently. Oh, now I got to pay for something I did. And it made me stop, and I had to reassess. Whoa, hold on a minute. What do you mean you have to pay for what you did? Well, I know I probably shouldn't have done this, but I did it anyway because it was fun. It's not how I live my life. I've never done that. And so I'm not sitting here saying I'm this, you're that, or you're this, I'm that. But I'm saying I had assessed karma my whole life about, no, you attempt to do things right from a perspective of I'm going to do good. I'm going to do it with goodness from the onset. And I didn't realize most people didn't do that. That's what helped astrology help me wake up to the world, and realize that the other side of karma. Even though I always talked about either paid it forward or you're going to have to pay. You owe the rent. The rent checks due, right? So I found it very interesting. Now with Pluto entering into Aquarius, wherever Aquarius is in your chart, I hope you know by house and sign, you then start going, all right, here's a 20-year cycle. Pluto is now our souls, and I'm getting acquainted with my true self, but I'm also getting acquainted with how the universe works, because our soul is timeless, and it brought all of what we worked on, all of what we need to work on, all of what we know, all of what we need to learn. It's all here, and we're all now in a rapid pace, I would say, from a perspective where we're just trying to get to the truth. We're figuring things out. What I'm seeing, what's happening with most people, which is the opposite of what I've done, that's why I'm real careful here, is they're now seeing just how evil this scenario of this simulation we live in is. But they would never want to say, oh, somebody wouldn't do that, but they are, or somebody, this system's not in place to hurt me, but it is. And that's what you're starting to see. So most people are going through that. I'm going through the opposite. I'm witnessing people as they finally understand. Because I have Aquarius ascendant, because Pluto's here, all of our timing, how we're going to get this and what we're going to get is going to be off. That's what Aquarius likes to do. We always say, if I have Aquarius in a house, you're 7 to 10 years ahead, or you need the younger 7 to 10 years behind to help you or to find and figure this out. Well, because it's on my Aquarius, I can see things way before others, but it's so far in front of others that they can't even come close to grasping the concept. They do later, but it's too much time passes. I think they always remember when I talk about stuff, but they won't necessarily say something. Now, I'm so far beyond all that by going, I told you. I don't care about that. But the truth is that Aquarius is about getting to the truth. And it's because it rules the 11th house. There's only one more house that you have to transit before you get back to your ascendant to begin anew. It's how the truth is where you're at this moment of time, in time of your soul. So now, because Pluto's on my ascendant, I got to plant seeds, but I didn't want to just run out and start planting seeds. I said, I want to assess the environment that I've surrounded myself with first. And I lost some good people. I don't know if it's forever. If it's not, that's okay. If it is, that's okay, as maybe our contract was done. But as Pluto's on my ascendant, this is the beginning of me starting to seed plant again with some more caution. Now, the interesting thing here is I've never seen this, and I didn't even go back and look because it doesn't matter to me. It's so many years that really it's happened, is all the outer planets, all 5 of them, actually 6, because I threw Mars in here, have changed signs in the last, since like May of this year, and they're all in new signs. Pluto's in Aquarius. Neptune is gone from its own house or sign that it rules, Pisces, the 12th, into Aries, the first. So what we must do here is, Neptune is the karma house, the karma planet. The karma ruled sign, I mean, not house. And because Neptune is changing, we're going into Aries, here's what's happening to all of us. Our soul, or our karma, is now got to move and advance forward. How are you picking up on things? What are you, do you feel like you're paying? Do you feel like you're receiving? You're noticing this now because Neptune being in Pisces got us to deal with all that realm of pay it forward, or you're going to have to pay for it later, right? Do something with your pure intentions, and then pure benefits or pure energy will come back. Everybody's seeing this, and what I noticed is when Neptune went into Aries, people are getting a little bit enraged because they're frustrated with the fact that you must take your karma and you must now move forward. And I think a lot of people are seeing, because this is the greatest advancement of the individual I've ever seen in astrology, ever, in all of us. And so our opportunity to grow within and truly change, which nothing changes till you change from within, is occurring. Now, the people that were thinking the outside world mattered more than their internal world, who they were, they're struggling like hell. There was a few of those that got very frustrated with me along the way, and I had to just let them yell and holler and whatever they did to me. And I'm not a victim here. It's where they are, and I was assessing that where I am and where they are two different places. I'm not further. They're not further. We're both in different places, and I had to assess that. So with Neptune going into Aries, now we will only be in there until end of October, and then it'll go back into Pisces for a little bit. So you're being tested, and a lot of people are having this happen. So you're being tested. As when it goes back into Neptune from end of October through late January, you will see that you'll go back and be able to fix or see or change. Okay, but then when we get into late January 2026, you're game on. So karma is going to be at the forefront, and I'm going to tell you the biggest karma. The biggest understanding, biggest noticing of karma and your soul is that your power is within. All this other stuff, the religion and these systems and the schooling, it's all bullshit. And if you don't get it and don't see it now, I'm going to throw it in and plant that seed. Here's my first seed for you from Pluto on my ascendant. Uranus, the planet that is shocking sudden change. It rules Aquarius. Uranus gone into Gemini, and it went in there on the 8th of July. It's in there for approximately the next 7 years. It's in an air sign. And an air sign is very well placed for Uranus because Uranus likes air. It rules an air sign. So what you're going to do is you're going to learn more, or you're going to seek the truth harder in ways that you'll either be able to teach it or ways you'll be able to understand it. So you might take a class, you might give a class. But watch yourself unfold. Watch the genius within unfold. And then do not be afraid to ask questions, and to be very good at observing. Remember, Gemini is the twins facing away from each other. If one is concerned with who they are and what they do, facing to that side, and the other one is concerned about others and what the effect on others and what others' effect is on us, then you got to take both approaches. So please, Gemini, analysis paralysis can enter here. Uranus is a very unique, very individualistic, seeking the truth at all cost energy. I hope you get in this because you will learn and understand things from a perspective you've never guessed were going on, and it's leading you to the truth. Sometimes when you find the truth, what you must find are the lies first to get you out of thinking that maybe that lie was the truth, and get you to understand it for all that it is so you can get to the truth. So don't forget that's a possibility. Saturn was also in Pisces. It's traveling right now with Neptune, and they're right with each other. And Saturn went into Aries on May, and is going out and back into Pisces, going retrograde on the 3rd of September. Saturn is the ruler of the last of the Earth signs of Capricorn. Saturn is, this is my opinion, the teacher of the physical plane, the final teacher. Teaches you got to do your part. You have to have a plan. You're going to be restricted. It's keeper of time. It's the lesson teacher from a physical plane. So in that and with that, Saturn with Neptune sitting early in Aries, you're really looking at all that you are, and you might be frustrated as hell, or you might be trying to stay in the victim range because that's what Pisces or Neptune love, and you'll end up blaming others. Careful, sit in the middle here with these two, Saturn and Aries. Remember, Aries is the pioneer, and my definition of the pioneer that I would like to first consider is it's the guy out in the field in front of us with the arrow in his back because he charged too quickly to try to win the battle, win the war, and he got shot in the back by his own people because they realized he was a detriment. He was going too fast, too hard. Careful here. You're going to get pissed off. You're going to be impassioned. Stay in the middle. Allow both to happen. I know y'all hate when I say that, and I don't care anymore. I'm seed planting, and we got to get going. Because Pisces because Neptune and Mars are both together in Aries, the initiator, the pioneer, the beginning of the will forming or the ego forming itself, you must do things from perspective of, and I'm not saying you aren't going to be upset or you aren't going to be impassioned, but don't take it to the extremes or you'll get the extreme back. So be careful here, but that is also about beginning anew. Your karma and you understanding through all your lives, because this is what's going on, who you really are, and that all the power is within you. If I can walk away with this video today and you realize that the only true change that's ever going to happen is when you change within, you got it. You will be the master of you. When you become the master of you, you become the master of everything. You will see if you can grasp that concept. If you cannot, it's okay. It's not a problem. But I'm hoping these seeds getting planted lead you to seek that and find that. Now, Jupiter is going to be, is in Cancer, and that's the first of the water signs, and Jupiter in Cancer allows us to tap into all that we were as well. This is actually trying to help and benefit us to a degree of finding that which we are. Remember, Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius, and it expands anything that it touches. So you can take who you are from deep within, from the Cancerian, the moon-ruled sign, and grow, right? And expand that which you are from the arsenal that you can tap into. I'm hoping you allow this to happen. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say it's difficult. But what I will say is this. The expansion can be exponential here. The understanding of who you really are can be exponential. You have Uranus helping you. You have Pisces helping you. And you have Pluto helping you to understand and figure out exactly who you are. That is why AI is been brought to the forefront to scare the crap out of you that you have no control and no power. The opposite is true. Until you grasp this concept, you're going to fall for their bullshit. AI is so flawed, it's not even funny. And I'm hoping you get to that understanding. The more you become you, the more AI becomes flawed. Last thing is Mars also has changed and gone into the sign of Libra. And Mars in Libra, not terribly placed. It's in the opposite sign that it rules. Mars rules Aries. Libra's opposite of that. But it's opposite Saturn and Pisces. So this is bringing about a lot of you and others, right? Internal who you are and others. And I think that's why they ramped up the things are ramping up on with war and trying to really confuse you. But the truth here is really consider others, but not to the point that you fall for it or that you 200% behind it. And then with Neptune and Saturn and Aries, really consider yourself, but don't get 200% behind that either. Get in the middle and assess what's going on. Why would somebody manipulate me? Why would the media manipulate? Why would the news manipulate? Why would my government? Why? Well, because they're tapping into your resource, which is your soul, your life force, and they're trying to get it. Government has no life force. Evil doesn't have a life force. Evil needs a life force to live. They have to find something. They're parasitic. that they can latch on to and take the life force from. And welcome aboard, because you're one of them. So am I. I'm not somebody that's figured out how to get around that, but I'm learning quickly, and I'm hoping you can come along with me. Now, at the current time, we got a grand trine. Mars, they're all in air signs. And the reason I'm telling you all this the way I am is because I think there's an advanced opportunity to learn and then take it and dump it within you and then become something so much more. We have Mars in Libra, air sign. Pluto in Aquarius, air sign. And then Uranus in Gemini, air sign. Seeking the truth, the soul, the will. I don't know what else to tell you. You got all three trying to go learn, go figure it out, go teach. Who are you? What are you? It's time to go now, okay? And I mean, this was a tight grand trine. You can be lazy, and you can really feel like I'm in this, and then just get lazy. I'm begging you to do the opposite. A grand trine can bring tremendous laziness. All three of these planets are trying to work together from a perspective of their air signs, communication. What's the message? What can you learn? What do you know? What do others know? Combine all that. Not everything you're going to get is the truth. Remember, sometimes you get to the truth through the lies first. So don't kid yourself. Start calling BS when it emerges. Last thing I want to tell you, Pluto and Aquarius. Pluto is your soul. Your soul is not your mind. People they're foolish here, right? The mind is for you to assess and use on the earth plane. The soul is your inner life force energy. Two completely different things. They work in tandem, or they can work opposing each other. I'm begging you to work in tandem. Your soul is the power. The mind is the power in this shell. The mind is not even close to as powerful as the soul. Never will be, can't be. The soul goes on and on because it's non-physical. It's got the life force. Do not hand that away. They are after your soul. They don't give a shit about your mind. Everybody talks about they're after. No, they're not. They're not after your mind. The mind is just a physical body here. They're after your soul. They're trying to get what they can out of you in this form, but they're trying to get something that's timeless, and they want that. Don't give it to them. Get your soul. Learn to feel. Learn to think, and learn to separate the two. When you can separate them, you can bring them back together. I hope this all makes sense, because there's never been a better time for you to awaken within. I hope it happens. And by the way, my grandson was born August 7th, 12:02 a.m. Cutest little thing you ever did see, outside of my other grandson. And then outside of my other granddaughters. And then outside of my children. So, sorry. I'm just joking, but I did want to let you know that. Did want to let you know where I've been, and any questions, holler. I'll put my email in the thread below, and if you have any questions, holler. I do gift certificates. I do readings. I've been doing a lot of readings, which I figured would happen. I have some time, so I'm okay with that. We'll just have to schedule it out. I'm going to do a special for it's $75 for an hour if you want it. I'll do that special through the end of the year. That's normally only my repeats, but I'll dump it for everybody now. I thank you. I wish you the best. Let's find out who you are in there. We need your soul. Let's go. Get after it. You know what to do. Your power's within. Don't give it up.